don't like this view. It's not doing what I wanted to do. Welcome to my afternoon live. Thank you for joining me for my week recap. My weekly recap. That's what we're going to do here. The weekly recap, where I'm just going to go over some things that happen in terms of the entertainment business that pertain to my neck of the woods, which is what happened behind the scenes and what I spotted behind the scenes that was going on. So we're gonna cover John. What is this man's name? We're gonna cover Beyonce here. We're gonna cover Kelly Rowland here, and we're gonna cover good old boy. Why can't I think of his name? Bo Duke. We'll call him Bo Duke to his name, John Snyder. There we go. To his name hits my lips. That's what I was going for. So what I'm going to do here, I just want to recap a couple of highlights that happened throughout the week and just kind of touch on them a little bit and just sit them where they need to be, where people can at least be informed about what they were looking at, what they saw. The perspective that I take here on my channel is what goes on behind the scenes, not necessarily who's doing what, with who. That's not what I care about. It's not important. I like to tap into, what happened? What is the thought or the process behind that sequence? Or why did that happen? And who don't know that need to know what that was all about. So let me start with the one that's working me the most. John Snyder tops my list for the most ridiculous thing that happened that I heard about. If you're not familiar with John Snyder is an actor best known for playing Bo Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard show. He played Bo Duke, gorgeous blonde hair, blue eyes maybe guy on this show. And it was a popular show. I must say that back in the 80s, it was something that we all watched and something that we all enjoyed until he grew up and became a bigot. I'll tell you why that was. So Bo Duke, John Snyder played Bo Duke. Popular show. We all loved him. Everybody liked General Lee. Everybody liked how it drove until history, of course, revealed itself and we became enlightened as to what certain things meant to the culture and what certain things meant against the culture. So that's kind of where we took a divide. Now let's get back to John Snyder. John Snyder was a very popular actor, like I said, back in the day. I don't remember seeing him in anything as pertinent as the Dukes of Hazzard when I was growing up. And then I didn't see him at all. Until one day, I popped him off. I spotted him. It's a Tyler Perry show called The Have and the Have-Nots. And it's a popular show. I enjoyed the show. To me, it was one of Tyler Perry's better shows. The writing was good. It wasn't cheesy. It was well delivered to me. And so I really, really watched that show. It wasn't until I was probably in season 3 when I spotted a name, not even a face. Now, I've been watching this show for months, seasons, probably years. You know how stuff go off, come back on. So I'm probably 3 seasons in before I realized who I was looking at. The man who played Jim Cryer is his name actually in this show. He was a very rich, troublemaking white man who was obsessed with this black girl. I mean, he was obsessed with this girl. He paid money for this girl. He paid money to have her around. He dissed his own wife and his own family. He disrespected everybody for the sake of trying to be around this girl. It was a very interesting twist to see. To see this white man just all going crazy, all out, trying to have this black girl, and she was handling him. She was handling him. So I thought it was just a very interesting show. And so one day, like I said, I spend my time in the credits. I'm watching the credits of the show. And I see this name, John Snyder. I was like, John Snyder. And then that's when I realized that Jim Cryer, the lead in the role, was John Snyder. And I was like, okay, so that kind of excited me because I have history with him growing up, being on the Dukes of Hazzard. So it was good to see him in that role, especially with the role he was in. He was the one that was smitten over the black girl, doing everything he could to be with her, doing everything he could to be a part of her life. It was crazy. It was bananas, in fact. But the show was good. So let me fast forward to why I have a problem with him now. If you have not known or been made aware of what was said. Last week there was an interview. Beyonce, let me go back. Beyonce dropped the country album. And when she dropped the country album, it went straight to the top. I mean, it was popular among everybody. Everybody was doing the dances. Everybody's posting the videos about Beyonce's song called Texas Hold'em. So let's clear all of this up real quick. First of all, Beyonce is country. Beyonce is country. Let's start there. Beyonce is country. She's from Houston, Texas. How much more country can you be coming from Texas? It's not like she came off the streets of Chicago like myself and decided she wanted to make a country album. Let's start there. And then, oh, let me go back. The comment that was made by John Snyder was that Beyonce is like a dog trying to mark his territory, basically insinuating that she has no business making a country record. She needs to stay on her side of the yard. She needs to stay in her world and not come over to the country people. He also, in the same voice, insinuated, not insinuated, no, he said the country people that crossed over to R&B or any other music genre from country, that's fine and good. They different. They could do that. It's different. You cannot compare what the crossovers from country to R&B did. But Beyonce ain't got no business crossing over the country because that's just not her lane, and she'd stay on the other side of the yard. I did get some wind of, and I need to go back and check. And if y'all know, let me know. Did Taylor Swift start off being country? Did Taylor Swift start off being a country artist and then she worked her way over to what's she doing now? Pop or whatever we're calling that. I don't know. Because I heard that she started off singing country and then that wasn't doing it for her. Then she crossed over, is from what I heard. And I also heard that she was using like a fake accent to sing her songs or something like that. I don't know. All of this is my weekly recap. This is not my factual sit down at the news desk copy that I usually give. This is just when I'm in the break room and I just need to get some things that has happened off the throughout last week on the record and out of my face. So chime in and let me know if Taylor Swift started off being a country artist, because I don't know. Chime in and let me know that you do know that Beyonce is country and she is from the country. So she very much is familiar with country. But here's the other thing a lot of people may or may not know unless you do your research. So I am going to do an actual show about the background and the history of country because many people don't know that African American people, black people, kind of structured country. Black people kind of made the blueprint for country. Black people were kind of the pioneers of country music. And they taught a lot of the country music ways to other people who then were able to take the music platform for themselves and run it over, kind of like that Thanksgiving Pilgrims and Indians kind of thing. How that all played out. The Pilgrims and Indians and the colonizers and all of that good stuff. And so country was kind of hijacked basically. Country music was hijacked from the black people. And then it was taken over across the street and it was reworked up and renamed and re-identified to be country. And that's how we have it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because nobody should have a dibs on music and how music is translated across the nations. But for you to get on a major media news channel and compare Beyonce to a dog that's marking her territory just because she wants to sing country, she can. And I disagree. But make sure in the same breath that you're telling them about your last biggest role that you had playing Jim Cryer on that Tyler Perry show called The Have and the Have Nots, where you were chasing around that black woman by being obsessed with her, and you had to have her by all costs. You spent all of your money, all of your time, and all of your resources trying to chase this girl around, letting her blackmail you. Y'all was having hot, all the plat all over the place. Y'all was all over the place, all over each other, and you did that like a pro. I didn't see you felt like you had any problem touching her. I didn't see that you had like you had any problem being that close to her. And you was on an all black set for the most part. Because this is a Tyler Perry show. So your level of comfort seemed very, very okay to me while you were filming this show. See, like I said, this is the lane I be in. I'm going in for what happened in the back room while you up there on the front talking crazy. I'm going to go back and pull your records and put them on the table from what I know you are. So while you on that network trying to be a good old boy and trying to act like, yeah, you all American and you all of this stuff, I need to go to that same channel and tell them to watch the haves and the have not and watch how you performed and clowned. It was all over, up and down, all up and through this black girl. And you can't just say, no, that was acting, because when you detest something, and I tell people that all the time, I don't know why people act like they hate another race when you do everything you can to be a part of that race. So it's a lot of things that has to do with the racism spectrum that for me that's up for grabs, because a lot of it don't make sense. And it's unnecessary. It's not standing on solid facts or solid grounds of you being a racist. If I did not like you, I'm not gonna have anything to do with you. I'm not gonna be a part of you. I'm not gonna take no role in the show. That means I have to kiss you, touch you, freak you down, or whatever this is. If I hate you or don't like you, I'm not gonna do it. But you did it for 6 to 8 seasons, John Snyder. You enjoyed every bit of that for 6 to 8 seasons, and you can't just say, no, it was acting, I'm getting a check. I'm sure you had other things to do. I'm sure you had other avenues to be on. I'm sure you had other things that you could have been doing other than trying to be on that set all over that black girl like you were. But I bet you your network friends don't know about that show. I bet you none of them tuned in to watch you do your thing. I'm going to go find that show. And I'm going to post that show on there. And I wish I was good at posting clips and stuff like that. And I'm not. But I'm going to get there, because I just thought when I heard what you said about Beyonce, and then you try to talk about the country music, which of course you don't know the origin of it at all. Do your homework. Find out about the origin of country music before you even get on there trying to talk about something that you don't know what you're talking about. First and foremost, let's start there. That's what you need to do. Know your research. Know your research. Because you got it all the way wrong. And it's facts. And there's history to back up these words. This is not somebody just jumping up saying, yeah. Black people started that. No, you can look up the history of it. And you said that you're a part of that music. I don't know nothing you're saying. Or maybe you try to pick up your piece of guitar. And what's funny is back then you had the support, because we all enjoyed the show. We were too young to pick apart all of the racial things that were a part of that show. We didn't have time. We were just enjoying y'all running around getting in trouble. So we liked you. We liked you. Then you grow up and become a bum, and you calling a black woman, comparing her to a dog, saying mark her territory in the territory that was originally hers, which means that you don't know your history and that you don't know what you're talking about because you got it all the way wrong. And then those people standing up cheering for you as you made those statements, and they reverbed your words saying, yes, Beyonce's like a dog, that John Snyder. So they're using what you said to reverb that phrase of her doing that. But it don't matter, because guess what? She dogging all the way to the top of the charts. She dogging all the way to the top of the list, and that song will be up there for a minute. And the other one that she got 16 carriages is gonna be right behind it. And any other thing that she makes country is gonna be at the top of the charts, no matter who likes it or does not like it. What I hope she would do, what I hope she would do, I hope that she would be able to do some sort of video or something going through the pioneers of rock of country. I wish she could do like a pioneer because she can put it on the forefront. You know what? I'm kind of gonna dig into that because she can put it on the table because she has the biggest platform. So if Beyonce was to do like a video mix or some sort of combo of her doing the country songs and she's putting flashbacks of the pioneers, our ancestors who cultivated this music, that would end all of this. That would shut all of this down. That would shut all of this down for anybody who has any questions about where this music came from. And I don't even know why this is a topic. Why can't good music just be good music? Why can't music just be music? And either you listen to it or you don't. It does not matter who the creator is because music should just be music. And there's a lot of music out there that people don't they shouldn't have to go back and say, well, this was a black man, I can't do it. Okay. Does that go for Ray Charles? Does that go for all of those groups that where the Beach Boys and stuff were selling out and they were doing it off the black music and y'all were trying to ban, the white kids from dancing to the black music with the black kids, and y'all really realized there was nothing y'all could do to stop it because music has its place in the world and you can't do nothing about who it affects because your children were not affected by the same rules of a segregation that you were. So they don't care about what you're saying. And I'm kind of grateful for that. And then it just got better and better and better as far as acceptance goes. So John Snyder, I'm gonna do my due diligence to blast your hot and heavy scenes from the haves and the have-nots because you did it like a champ. You didn't even seem like you was acting to me. But like I said before, if you were acting, you are a darn good actor because the way you and Candace was carrying on. The girl in the show, her name is Candace. Her Tika Sumpter. Thank you. Thank you. See, I'm getting all these revelations dropped in. The lead girl that he was all over, her name was Tika Sumpter. Her role, she played a lady named Candace. And his name was Jim Cryer. And he was played by John Snyder. He didn't have no problem being all over that girl like that for years and years and years and years. So I don't know if he was clout chasing by his statement or he was just trying to become relevant again. And it kind of fell off deaf ears because a lot of people didn't get called to arms to that because first of all, they don't even know who you are. They don't even know how relevant you are or used to be for them to care about what you said about her. Because there are platforms that we galvanize on, and nobody even thought enough of you to galvanize on your statement because we just wrote you off as being ignorant. So we're gonna put that there, but I'm gonna make sure that those people on that channel know. I'm gonna make sure that footage is gonna because I'm sure a lot of people don't know that you played that role. You got paid for it, and I wonder does Tyler Perry know that you were a racist at the time that you did this? Because I don't see how well you could have concealed your identity for the length of time that you worked on that show. You worked on that show from day one to the day it ended. So I don't see how you were able to conceal your major disdain for African American women. Either that, you're very good, or you're very fake. That's all I gotta say about you. Moving on. So I hear your boy Trump got he got a new sneaker out there. And it's not even that I want to talk about him or his sneaker. That is not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the commercials in those channels that I saw saying, hey, we finally gonna be able to get the African Americans to vote for Trump. You know why they believe that? They said that we're gonna like Trump because Trump got gym shoes. African Americans like gym shoes. We spend all of our money on gym shoes, tennis shoes. I'm from the north. We call them gym shoes. They call them tennis shoes down here in the south. So two things that I wanted to touch on, and I thought that that was laughable because they were going on and on and on and on talking about how much support Trump was going to get because now he came out with a sneaker and the sneaker sold out day one, and they were and so what they were trying to insinuate that the Trump sneaker was sold out and it was bought out largely by African Americans. So therefore that means that we're changing sides because we bought the shoe, which means we support him, which means read between the lines, people. Like I said, I'll go for what's going on in the back room. I don't care about what's going on in the front room. Let's be realistic. If you know anything about African American, mostly men. Let's start with black men. They don't buy ugly shoes. They don't buy ugly shoes. Not that much. Kanye did get away with his little cloud crunchers. You know, he did get away with that, but not enough for the black men to go out and support this. They're wearing other brands. I'm not giving nobody no name play on this channel, but they were other brands. You know, Kanye did fly with his Kanye crunchers. They were good. I know somebody who got some. But for y'all to say that the African American now are gonna jump over and start supporting Trump because he came out with a fly sneaker and it was sold out on the first day, and y'all are trying to say that it was bought by black people, that is not true. What you all did was y'all probably put them out there, went and bought them all out, and passed them out to black people who were willing to put on those ugly gold aluminum foil looking Christmas ornament shoes. And if black people did get the free shoes that you gave them, that y'all passed out on the street or wherever y'all found them at to put them on, I can guarantee you, I can guarantee you, I need somebody, whether you're wealthy or not, I need somebody to find me one black male that's not an outright supporter of Trump. You know how you support your friends, so you get something to support your friends? But I challenge you to find me a black man that went to the store. I need to find out what store they selling these at, or was it online? I need to find out. See, I'm gonna look into this because see, this is some fraganacle. I bet we won't be hearing about these shoes for more than a week. It's probably off of the trending list right about now. Because what they thought they were going to do is they thought that they were going to create a shoe and that all of the black people were going to, hey, Trump got a shoe, Trump got a shoe. And we were going to go run by the shoes. First of all, women ain't doing it. Women don't spend a lot of money on gym shoes or tennis shoes like males do. However, the price that y'all put on those shoes is ridiculous. We're only going to do that for Jordans if you're a black male. We're not going to go buy no Kanye crunchers. They have a real name. I'm just not name dropping nobody like that. But that's just not what we're going to do. So when you all do this stuff, everything that I say mostly here, do your research. Do your research. Just like I said about the color purple would not have been the flop that it was had they done their research as to who this movie was for. Do your research. Just because you all can do something does not mean you should do something. And I don't think you should do it all the time. So what you all did, and I'm just going to say it right here and make it plain just for anybody who thinks that this is not what happened. The shoes were purchased. The shoes were then passed out to people who will put them on. Yes, there will be black people that's going to put them on because we like to stunt. We like to do things that do shock effect or anything that's considered different. Put it on just to do a video, take it for. I promise you, those shoes will never be worn to the store. They will never be worn to an event because if nothing else, a black man loves and puts his culture and his pride in is his feet. There have been more fights over men's shoes being stepped on. There have been fights about creases in a black man's shoe. They don't want creases in their shoes. So I know for a fact for them to go out and spend what 350 or more on your ugly shoe, your ugly aluminum foil shoe is not gonna happen. And for that to be a part of their wardrobe, I don't even think men wear gold shirts. Well, not them kind, I don't know. But and you don't know, you have to know the culture. Now, if you would have made a fly shoe, or if you would have made a cool looking shoe, you should have took a shoe that already exists that y'all know that the black men like and made a mirror image of that shoe. That's what y'all should have did. Y'all could have sold some. Y'all could have rightfully sold some, but y'all going around showing that this shoe, and y'all see African Americans wearing these shoes because black men like shoes, so they're all going to support Trump because Trump got a fly shoe. All of this is a hoax and it's a scam, and I am not going for any of this, and y'all not going to sell me this. It ain't even no need of me getting mad, ain't even no need of me jumping up on tables about it because I don't believe it for nothing. I campaign. And when I want to sell something, I sell products. So when I want my products to appear to be popular, people buy in and you give out free. That's how this works. But I can guarantee you, you can't walk up to a black man and say, hey, here's a pair of free shoes. They will take them. Yeah. Because they're going to go home and stunt and mock. Not stunners and put these on and be flying fresh. That's not what they're going to do. They're going to go home and stunt and mock on your shoes. Guaranteed. So I suspect that the Trump shoes is going to be falling off the radar. I shouldn't even be hearing anything about it unless there's going to be some jokes or some comedy. And I suspect that there's going to be a lot of skits on TikTok about these shoes and the fact that you all are trying to push these off on the black community and say that we're the ones that's buying them, and y'all knew that this was a good move, this was a good PR move out of Trump's camp because black people like shoes. Black people like gym shoes. Black women do not necessarily like gym shoes, and black men like gym shoes that are fly, and they have a certain pride about their shoes, and they treat their shoes a certain way, and the way that they purchase their shoes ain't got nothing to do with what y'all doing. So y'all not even gonna sell that to me that these shoes are being sold to African American men. So we're gonna go ahead and put that one in the casket because that didn't happen. Lump them shoes because we ain't buying them. We didn't buy them. And y'all can keep those news shows that saying we did. Learn your culture. Study the people who you trying to say do stuff. That goes for movies, TV, film, background, anything that you're trying to push on society. Do your research. What's wrong? Do your research. Bam, we putting that over there. Kelly Rowland. There was a lot of stuff going on last week about Kelly Rowland walking out of Good Morning America, saying that she just walked out because she didn't like her dressing room. She walked out because she said that the dressing room was subpar and all of this stuff. And they really, really was ragging her, saying that they were in a pickle because they could not get a replacement. They were scrambling trying to get a replacement for her because she walked off the show. And why would she do that? And they didn't know what to do. All of that was not true. Yes, she did walk off the show. Yes, she probably did ask for a better dressing room, but the reason she left the show had nothing to do with any of those things. Before you do interviews, they always ask you, what can we ask you about? What can we talk about? And they find out what's off limits. Kelly Rowland and Beyonce are still friends. They're good friends, in fact. And she said she was there to promote her movie. that just came out. She was there to promote her movie. She was not there to talk about her kids. She was not there to talk about her new jeans. She was there to talk about and promote her movie on your show. And she sent in her list of things that she said, hey, we will not talk about Beyonce. We will not talk about Beyonce making a country album. Stick to the script of what I gave you and talk to me about me and talk to me about my movie. And what happened was exactly the opposite of that. Samantha Guthrie, I believe, was talking to her, and she was asking her exactly about Beyonce, saying, hey, that's your best friend. She in the back. Did she come with you? Did she come with you? She literally was harping on her about Beyonce and yeah, I heard she got a country album coming out when she specifically said she did not want to talk about that. She did not want to talk about that. And you jump right on there, I would have got up and walked down on YouTube. I'm small time, but I do interviews and I do stuff like that. And I tell people, listen, don't talk about this, don't talk about that, because I don't care if it's a camera on me. I will walk off and leave you here looking stupid. When I tell you what I don't want to talk about and you backdoor me and talk about what you want me to talk about and think that I'm not going to disrespect this camera when I told you don't do this, she left. She left because she was not going to subject herself to all of that and then being targeted or pushed into saying something or saying she said something that she did not say about Beyonce's country album, her relationship with her, and all that stuff. So I would have to because she told them what she did not want to talk about. And they still did it. They still did it. So what now they had to wrap that into now her being difficult and her being too bougie. Let me go back. That girl has been a part of a musical troupe, a girl group. So by you being a part of a girl group, you're gonna go on tour. Your dressing room sometimes gonna be bathrooms. Your dressing room sometimes gonna be parking lots. Your dressing room sometimes is gonna be the back of a car. So for her to have the career that she has and the life that she has being in Destiny's Child and as a solo singer, I'm sure that she did not expect all of her accommodations to be top notch because I know for a fact that there are a lot of accommodations where they don't even have a dressing room. You're thinking just because they're singers and they do this stuff that they get all this luxury. They don't. I'm a crew person. I've been a part of filming a lot of shows and I do a lot of videos. I've done a lot of concerts, and you think that the accommodations because they're stars is stellar and is not. I was on the film crew for a concert, and the singer, the very very popular award-winning singer that we were filming, she darn near had to get dressed in the kitchen at the restaurant for a show that we were taping about her. So you all cannot say that Kelly was being bougie and she was just trying to stunt and say, no, I'm not going, that dressing room is not there. Why can't I have the dressing room upstairs? I heard something about J-Lo being upstairs and she was mad that she couldn't go up there and do whatever. But I'm going to throw all that out too because tell the truth. Tell the truth. Y'all were asking her about Beyonce, that she told you all that she was not talking about Beyonce. Talk to her about herself. Talk to her about this movie. Other than that, don't talk to her. But because she left and they had to scramble and they had to throw shade on her and make it seem like she was being over the top. Y'all work there every day. People work there every day. Guests work there every day. If the room for that deplorable and bad, y'all would have had a lot of other people walk out too. But Kelly is the only one that walks out, and because y'all dressing room at a major television show were not stellar, and y'all think that Kelly's gonna walk out, I'm sure she's had worse dressing rooms in her life than anything y'all could have ever gave her, being in Destiny's Child from so young, and then her own career and doing concerts and tours and stuff. Everything is not gonna always be plush, and she has experienced that already. So for her to go to y'all set and it just be okay, I don't think she would have had a problem with that. What I think she had a problem was her not going to subject herself to all those questions about Beyonce and how's the family and that is the equivalent. Let me tell you why that makes me mad. That is the equivalent to you saying you're my friend, okay? And you come to everything that I have, and I invite you to events, and you come, and all you worried about is the boy in the room that's attached to me that you like. So you're not coming for me. You're coming for him. Yeah, sure, I'm gonna come. I'll be there. I'll be there. Tony gonna be there. No, I'll be at your party. I'll be there. So you're using folks for information. Y'all might as well not have invited her to the show. So that's what that was. So tell the truth. Tell the truth. Y'all was stunting, trying to get information about her, about Beyonce. She wasn't going for it. Therefore, she bounced on y'all. And I would have bounced on y'all too. Beyonce has a country album out. The country album is doing well. She's at the top of the charts. The album is well received. We know it's going to be well received. This is Beyonce. So for anybody acting like we don't know she gonna do good, why wouldn't you think that this is not her first country song? Do y'all know what this? Look at her recording history. Look at who she's done songs with. She's done some of my favorite songs with people that y'all don't know. She's done songs with Ed Sheeran, dancing in the dark. So y'all don't know because y'all ain't paying attention. Y'all just want to focus on what y'all want to focus on. But this is not the climate for that. So y'all need to go on with that stuff because we're done with that. We over that. We over that. So I don't know what else to say. So I gave y'all my background on. Oh, one more thing we got to cover real quick. The Bob Marley movie. If you have saw the Bob Marley movie, put it in the comments. Drop me some lines and let me know what you thought about it. I'll give my review on it. So once I get the feedback that I need, let me know what you think about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But if you watch the movie, drop me a line and let me know what you thought about it before I talk about it. I want to know what your thoughts were. If you are not a subscriber, subscribe to this channel, like the videos, and do it. I'm trying to get used to this. I'm new. I don't know how all this stuff goes, so I need to learn what my speech is. Hey, if you're new to my channel, subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, that's what I'm supposed to learn how to say. So let me do it. Hi, if you are new to my channel, subscribe today and smash that like button. I love to have you. I don't know. I don't know. Well, my music has stopped, so I guess I need to stop and go back to work. But I just wanted to stop in and give you all my weekly recap, and that is what I'm going to do on Mondays probably. I'll just go through the recap of all of the wonderful things that happened the week before, then we'll have something to talk about. All right, I will see you guys later, and have a great day. Hey, Google.